The scene plays out in many a crime-based TV show, the eyewitness choosing a suspect out of a police lineup. In trusting the witness's memory of what they saw, the suspect chosen by the witness is often assumed to be the right one. But what if there is more going on than meets the eye, specifically in our witness's brain? Memory is not always as reliable as we believe it to be. Our memories are subject to change and distortion. You have probably experienced this if you have ever remembered an event differently from your friend. So we can see that memory is fallible, but the question is, why is it so malleable? Our answers can be found in the experiments of pioneering psychologist Elizabeth Loftus, known for her research on human memory. In one of her noteworthy experiments, 3 groups of participants were shown a video filmed from inside a car. One group was asked directly about non-existent objects, with questions like, "Did you see a barn?" Another was asked with an assumption of the non-existent object, with questions like, "Did you see a station wagon parked in front of the barn?" And the final group was the control, with no questions about false objects. The group asked with assumptions of false objects had the highest rate of remembering them, but the group asked direct questions about the non-existent objects also remembered seeing them at a higher percentage than the control. Loftus's theory of memory concerning these experiments is that memory isn't a perfect recollection, but is instead a reconstruction of the event that factors in new and existing information. The non-existent barn was introduced as new information that was then factored into the brain's reconstruction of the event, leading people to remember the new object as part of the memory. Our witness in the crime scene, for example, may have experienced memory distortion upon being asked leading questions, such as "Was the man tall?" or "Did the man wear glasses?" While reconstructing the memory, our witness could come to believe the culprit was tall and bespectacled, as they factor in the information from the interviewer's questions. This research is not meant to discredit anyone who has testified about an experienced crime. It instead illuminates the distortions to a witness's recollection of events that could happen if interviewers aren't careful. Eyewitness testimony can be perfectly viable when collected using cognitive interview technique, where the witness is asked to visualize the scene and report all details, however trivial, before the detective can ask follow-up questions. Having multiple eyewitnesses with similar accounts is also a great help. The research shows that perfect memory just shouldn't be expected of witnesses, which makes it a good thing that technology like security cameras can offset the pressure. But next time you watch a crime show, just remember that memory isn't as set in stone as you think.